No, just stay right there. I'll be right back. No, don't worry. Don't worry. I got it. Just stay right there. Ah.
Wow, Cammie, what is going on? You look pretty steamed up. It's almost like you're going off the rails.
You're not helping. It's a train engineer thing. You wouldn't understand.
Oh, yeah? Try me. I bet I can track right with you.
Really? You have to stop with the train jokes.
Wait, one more. I'm listening. In fact, I'm all engineers. Okay, really, I'm listening.
Fine. So 2 people usually run a steam locomotive, the engineer and the fireman.
Oh, a fireman? Like a guy that drives a big red truck and has a Dalmatian?
No, not that kind of fireman. A fireman on a train is the person who shovels the coal into the furnace to heat the water in the boiler, and it makes the train go.
I'm tracking so far.
So there's a new fireman on my crew, and he's driving me crazy. He never stops talking. Hey, Cam, what's your favorite color? Mine's purple. Cam, how old are you? Whoa, that's pretty old. Hey, you want to hear a train joke? What do you call a freight train that's carrying a lot of bubble gum? A choo-choo train.
Oh, that's a funny one.
Hey, isn't that funny, Cam? Wait, you're not laughing. Do you not like me? I'll make you like me. Here's another joke. How did the train get so good at its job? Because of its training. Get it? Training.
Wait a minute. You don't sound like you're being a very good friend to this new guy. I mean, in fact, you're being sort of mean and making fun of him.
You just don't understand what it's like to be constantly interrupted while you're trying to work.
Oh, I think I can have a pretty good idea of what that's like. Cam, loving others is such an important job. It's an important part of life. Even when it's hard to be a good friend to someone. You can ask Jesus for his help, and Jesus' power helps us be good friends.
Yeah, but what if someone just won't stop talking?
Jesus' power helps us be good friends. You can pray about it. Ask Jesus for his strength and patience, and for the eyes to see the new crew member the way Jesus sees him. I mean, maybe this guy needs a listening ear. Maybe he's lonely. Sometimes the people who annoy us the most are the ones who need our friendship the most.
Well, we have a long haul coming up on our next journey, so I guess I'll have plenty of practice being a good friend. I'm definitely going to need Jesus' power. Will you pray for me just like you talked about?
Of course. We're going to wrap up here, and then I'll pray with you before you leave on your trip. Who knows? Maybe Jesus put this new guy on your crew so you could show him Jesus' love in exactly the way he needs it.
Me?
Like no one else, exactly.
A job only I can do? That's cool. Well, I'm going to finish getting our supplies together while you finish up, and then let's pray.
Welcome to our very last day at Rocky Railway, where we're trusting Jesus to pull us through life's ups and downs. Now let's sing Your Power Will Pull Us Through and celebrate. Your awesome voices will let everyone know that Sing and Play Express is ready to begin.
We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull journey, there's no looking back. With Jesus to lead us, we're on the right track. Oh, 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 oh. Wide open spaces for wide open eyes. We're looking ahead for the next big surprise. Oh, 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 oh. We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. You make us whole and we stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. We're off on this journey. There's no looking back. With Jesus to lead us, we're on the right track. Oh, 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 oh. Wide open spaces for wide open eyes. We're looking ahead for the next big surprise. Oh, 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 oh. We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. We stand together. Your power pull us through. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you. Trusting in you. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you.
It's been fun to have everyone ride the rails with us here at Rocky Railway. A long time ago, trains were the best way to take a long trip. What's the longest trip you've been on? And how did you take it? What did you do? When people started using trains in North America, that's where we are, they couldn't get all the way across the United States in one train. There was a train that covered one part of the country and a whole different train that covered the other side of the country. Finally, they made it so the tracks connected. It was such a big deal that they put a solid gold spike in the train track to seal the deal. Now the whole country was connected. This week we're going to discover how we are connected to Jesus' power. That makes me want to dance and celebrate. Join me.
If there's one thing we can count on, it's that God will never let us down, and we can trust everything He does. He keeps His promises, we know, because, yeah, the word of the Lord holds true. We can trust Him, we can trust Him. Yeah, the word of the Lord holds true. We can trust Him, we can trust Him. Yeah. Oh, yeah. If there's one thing we can count on, it's that God will never let us down, and we can trust everything He does. He keeps His promises, we know, because, yeah, the word of the Lord holds true. We can trust Him, we can trust Him. Yeah, the word of the Lord holds true. We can trust Him, we can trust Him. Yeah, the word of the Lord holds
boys and girls, it's Miss Cree, and welcome to day 5 of Rocky Railway. So I'm here again to remind you about our God sightings. All week long, we've been celebrating Jesus' power and God's awesomeness by sharing God sightings. And this is our poster and our heart that we made with our Post-it notes. Remember, God's sightings remind us of Jesus' power. God sightings are evidence of God around us. We see them here at church, at school, at home, at the park, at the pool, on the street, anywhere and everywhere. If you're sitting on this side of the room at home, then you have to think of a God sighting or evidence that you've seen of God right there in your own home. And if you're sitting on this side of the room, then you have to think of a God sighting that you saw or had outside of your home. So take a few minutes and think about that and share or write your God sightings so we can finish and complete our heart this week.
Everywhere I go on this road, high and low, where I go with you. So I won't be afraid, this my home, come what may. Where I go with you. Where I go with you. There's a spirit I cannot contain. There's a spirit I cannot contain. The same power that raised Jesus up from the grave. The same spirit I cannot contain. Everywhere I go on this road, high and low, where I go with you. So I won't be afraid, this my home, come what may. Where I go with you. Where I go with you. Where I go with you. Breath upon these bones, your fire in my soul, your kingdom is my home, and I don't walk alone. Everywhere I go on this road, high and low, where I go with you. So I won't be afraid, this my home, come what may. Where I go with you. Everywhere I go on this road, high and low, where I go with you. So I won't be afraid, this my home, come what may. Where I go with you. Where I go with you. Where I go with you.
This week we've learned incredible truths from the Bible. In fact, on day 1, we met Ramsey. Now this tough guy helps us remember Jesus' power helps us do hard things. And on day 2, we met Ava, a majestic bird who helps us remember Jesus' power gives us hope. And on day 3, we met Sierra. This lovely mountain lion helps us remember Jesus' power helps us be bold. And the last time we were together on day 4, we met Finn, a terrific trout. Finn helps us remember Jesus' power lets us live forever. Well, we have one more buddy to meet, and I'll let this friend introduce our Bible point.
I heard everyone was steaming ahead with the last day of Rocky Railway. Glad you're here. I'm Lawrence Elk, not a moose, not a ram, but an excellent elk. Male elks are called bulls, and me and my bull buddies like to hang out way up in the Rocky Mountains. In the winter, we move down where we can find grass. But in the spring and summer, we head for the hills. It's important that we stick together with the herd. Some elk herds are as big as 400 friends. Although my antlers are big and strong, female elk or babies don't have these. And a hungry bear is hard to fight off. Speaking of these amazing antlers, they are pretty incredible if I do say so myself. Sometimes they come in handy when other herds get too close to mine, or I need to show another bull that I'm in charge. Yeah, sometimes we butt heads, even in our happy herd. But I try not to get too attached. Literally, they fall off every year and I grow a new set. How cool is that? God also gave me a unique power to help me communicate with the herd. That's called bugling. It's a little like roaring and whistling at the same time. It keeps my herd close together where we can be safe. Our herd even has scouts, a few elk who stand watch while others graze. We have to look out for each other. Do you have friends who look out for you? Friends you like to call out to when you're sad or silly, happy or hurting? Or do you sometimes butt heads with your buddies? Maybe you need the power to forgive and love a friend when you're not getting along. You don't have to do that all by yourself. Jesus gives you his power to help be a good friend. Jesus gave this powerful command in the Bible. Love each other in the same way I have loved you. If you're butting heads with your buddies and not getting along, you can trust Jesus' power and follow his words. Jesus' power helps us be good friends. Trust Jesus.
When you see Lawrence Elk, you can remember that Jesus' power helps us be good friends. Let's sing about Jesus' awesome power.